Hello everyone, I'm Mike Berg with St. Paul's Media Ministry Team, joined today with Lynne Hershey. And Lynne, what do you do here at St. Paul's?
Yeah, thank you, Mike. I serve as evangelism liaison for our St. Paul's Council, and I enjoy it. I also serve on our evangelism committee with our chair, Nancy Schuneman, and Linda Evans. We have a good time.
Yeah, that's always important, having a good time.
We do. We have fun.
Speaking of having a good time, we're going to talk a little bit about the ministry fair. That's what I brought you in here for today, talk you into doing it. But let's start with, what is a ministry fair?
The ministry fair is just a wonderful opportunity for all of our members to come and see the different ways that they can serve. And we have many, many ways, and it's simply a way to serve at our family's St. Paul's.
So what's the date and time of it?
Yeah, Sunday, March 6th is the ministry fair, and it's scheduled for in between 10 to 11 o'clock in between our services.
It's going to be over in Kiefer Hall, be between the services, and we'll probably still be set up after the late service, I believe.
Right.
But we'll get that all. You'll see various media posts on that in the future, narrowing all that down. So we're going to learn about the ministries. When people learn about ministries, what is the other kind of goal of it? Once you learn about a ministry, what's the next logical step, right?
That's a great question. One is just to learn about the ministries and all the different ways that you can serve. And it could be for a short time at one event, or for a couple months, you could share it with another person. It's just different ways that you can serve in different time frames.
And it's things like some of the ministries that are always, all of us need help. Media ministry needs help. There's a commercial. But we also, like Fellowship, Altar Guild, all those ministries are going to be represented at the ministry fair, and there are chances for people to come in and learn about what, a lot of times people don't realize how easy it can be to serve.
Right.
For instance, you were on which committee? I'm sorry?
Evangelism.
So what are some small opportunities in evangelism?
There's wonderful things. We reach out to new members. You certainly could help us make some calls, initiate relationships with our new members. And we also, last year, did holiday bags for people. And thank you to our good shepherds. All those little things, and we have fun doing it, can make a difference.
And that's kind of a sidebar, being more involved as you get to meet different people.
Right.
And the church that we don't always have time to spend and talk to on Sunday, but by being involved in these things, you have opportunities to interact, and it becomes a deeper social meeting to
right.
church.
It's a great way to develop friendships with members in your church family.
So when you came to St. Paul's, you were talking a little bit earlier about your background. Have you know what your gifts are? You were a teacher, right? And
I worked at Oak Hill Elementary School, and I loved what I did, and I enjoyed working with children.
So those were kind of your gifts when you started. So what gifts have you learned that you have here through your service here at St. Paul?
Actually, Mike, I feel like through life I'm still learning of my gifts. But there were opportunities where I did public speaking, and when I was in national hotel sales, when I was in the school system, I just loved the compassion of working with children and working with families.
And so now you have that opportunity, now that you're retired, to still work with families, spread the word about St. Paul's, all the things that you got paid to do, you're now doing out of service and love of Christ and for St. Paul's, right?
That's exactly right. And I enjoy it. And I also feel that there are some things when say a fellowship would call me and say, hey, can you bring in a dish? Cooking is not my area of expertise, Mike. It's not my area, and I'll be quick to say that. But I'm happy to call a grocery store and happy to bring in a dish.
And it's those ways, it's things like that. You maybe don't have time to cook, maybe whatever, and it's not just cooking either, but whatever it is. I think people get the idea with church that when you volunteer for something, you're kind of committed multiple hours, multiple days, all the time. One of the benefits I think the ministry fair is going to point out is these smaller opportunities to serve that are just as important.
Mike, that's exactly right. Helping hands is what it's all about. And whether it be for a one-time event with washing dishes or serving coffee or bringing a dish in, or for some weeks of working on a project from a beginning to an end, it's all about helping hands and developing friendships.
And developing friends. So we joined more or less at the same time. I think you're a little ahead of me if I remember correctly, but what friends have you developed through these different ministry service opportunities?
Right. Actually, with you, Mike, with Mike Berg, I've developed a wonderful friendship with Mike, and through our conversation and through our friendship, we found that we moved from the same area, and he actually came in to the school where I worked and did talks for the children. So that tells you a lot about our Mike Berg.
Well, let's talk more about the ministry fair. Again, March 6th, between the services and probably after the 11 o'clock service too. We're going to have, hopefully get all of our ministries represented in some way. And you can walk around. It's going to be set up kind of, if anybody's ever been to a job fair or like a college fair, it's going to be set up like that. We're going to have, I should say this, donuts and coffee, be there in the center. And then we're going to have the tables kind of set up in you, and you can just walk around and chat and talk with people, ask about ministries. You don't have to commit to anything, but you can learn more about it and find your way to fit in with St. Paul's and find out the way that you can serve, be it big or small, here at St. Paul's. Anything you want to add?
I just want to add to that, and that's the important thing. The key is what are you comfortable with? And time-wise, what are you comfortable doing? That's so important to us. And we're a family. So if we all come together and do it in the way that we're comfortable with, it's going to make our family bigger and stronger, and we can move forward in a great way.
Coming together makes me think of Pastor Mark's sermon. I think it was a children's sermon a couple weeks ago. Many parts of the body. He was holding up pictures,
right.
Ear, foot, leg, all that. So it's all these parts that make St. Paul's be St. Paul's.
And Mike, if I could, I want to add to that. I loved what Pastor Jonathan said on Sunday, that it's not why I can help, but it's how can you help. And again, I'm still figuring out my spiritual gifts, but we can all find a way how we can help, and we're comfortable helping. We're a family at St. Paul's, and we're moving forward in a beautiful way. So please join us at the Ministry Fair. We'd love to see you.
Thank you.
Bye.